Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Out of Bounds. We are back at our regularly scheduled time. Instead of going live from a hotel all the way in Houston, Texas, with the Wi-Fi cutting off in the middle of the show, and you guys wondering what is going on, we are back at our regularly scheduled time. And we are back with another special guest in the building, all the way from Detroit, the 313, all the way from Michigan up north. We have Mr. Golf Pro himself, Mr. Lindsey Mason III. Lindsey, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing great, gentlemen. Appreciate you having me.
Oh man, it's the pleasure is ours, and as always, I'm Rashad Milligan, joined here by my co-host Curtis, Johnson, and Mr. Malik Brown. Fellas, how are y'all doing?
I'm doing.
I'm living good.
I heard it. Well, first things first. The thing that's going on in the sports world, kind of the largest thing that's going on, if you call it, events-wise, is the Masters. Now, if you're wondering why you haven't heard much about the Masters this particular weekend, it's because of one thing, and it's Tiger Woods, the biggest thing in the sport, especially amongst the Black community. He stunk it up, finished 47 on the leaderboard, wasn't even in the mix to win it this final championship Sunday. So that's why you might not have heard that much about the Masters on the weekend side of it. The weekday, it was the biggest talk of. Oh, go ahead,
Malik, why you got that thing, and Rashad, why y'all got that thing up and make it a little bit wider and bigger? Okay, 11 and okay. Put the cursor, whatever you want, to the pointer thing, where it says PURSE, $11.5 million. Up. Perfect. So here's the thing, y'all. And Lindsey will speak to this at length. Yeah, appreciate that. Listening audience, there's money in golf, there's money in tennis, there's money in NASCAR racing. But here's the other thing. Tennis and golf are sports that you don't need a millions of dollar sponsor or $1 million vehicle to participate. So listening audience, listen up. It's good that we got a golf professional here that's going to share his experience, strengths, and hopes about the profession. And I'm thoroughly excited. The brothers from Morris Brown, because we're on live TV. I'll call it, I'm going to be prim and proper, and I love this brother. I've known him for a long time, and I'm just glad that we can highlight, showcase, and, make his name even more popular. The brother is diligent to the sport, but diligent to his community. And as a result of that, I give thanks, and I get to do what I do privately with him publicly and celebrate the brother. And his name is Golf Pro, Lindsey Mason III. And if you call a cell phone, that's exactly what you'll hear and see. And I love the brother because I was a little late today because I had to go put me on a golf shirt to make sure I represented properly.
Wow. It's definitely a pleasure for me to be here today, gentlemen. And you are correct. This is the celebration of Masters Week. Congratulations to Scottie Scheffler and his win today, wearing that green jacket with a minus 10 under. And but definitely this was a great opportunity to see what Tiger Woods brings to the table and what he brings to the PGA Tour, along with playing the game of golf, and in my case, teaching the game of golf. It's been a very positive week.
Yeah. So speak to that a little bit. I want to hit you with a couple of topics. First, I wanted you to talk about the brother Scheffler, who won it all. Tell me what 10 under actually means in golf, and particularly, as it relates to golfing at the Masters, because I can recall when Tiger was at his height that they did some changes to the Masters golf course to supposedly make it Tiger proof.
That is correct. They grew in, they added some trees, they added some bunkers. I believe they moved some tee boxes back to lengthen the golf course, along with elevating green speeding up the golf course. They put in what you call some kind of heating system. So this past week it rained a lot, but on all 18 greens on that facility, they have the capability to flick a switch and dry them up and speed them up. And so it's been that kind of week, and definitely this has been very exciting. I mean, golf, as you know, golf is back. It just depends on what community you are playing in, but I'm now based in a metropolitan community, Macomb County, and golf is booming in this area.
Right. So for the listening audience to know, to put that in perspective, because this is a national program, Brother Lindsey. So he like in Lithonia, if it was Atlanta, or Barrington or so if it was Chicago, or somewhere in Virginia if it was DC. So he's
Correct.
Close enough to the city, to the motor, that the urban environment can touch him easily, but he's in the suburbs, a little bit, probably what Macomb County would be, about 30 to 8, between 18 to 30 miles from downtown.
That is correct. Not that far at all.
Right. So the clubs, the shoes, the lessons, what are the costs of some of these things, brother?
Well, my cost is one 30-minute lesson. From me, it's $55. And then it slightly goes down the more lessons that one takes, anywhere from 6 half hour, 180, or 4 half hour, 150.
Okay.
Correct.
Right.
Pro Mason. We can't just roll over that real quick, right? Because from what you hold on, Kurt,
yeah, I know.
Because what you hear and what you see on Twitter, it's a white sport because black folks can't afford it, and it's too much for the elite of the elite. Run back the price for a 30-minute lesson, right? One time again. One more game.
And he just wait a minute, what's going on? He gonna get them prices again. He gonna give out his email. He gonna give out his website, because the bottom line is these are not government supplemented prices. These ain't no Curtis Johnson supplemented prices. This brother is giving the listening audience love, and this ain't an amateur Lindsey Mason. This ain't this a one stroke handicap pro talking about he will give a listening audience, all comers, these type of prices, and y'all better jump on, because bottom line is, if I wasn't wrecking houses 2 to 3 a day, I'd be trying to do that right now.
Well, I just want to tell you that I've been blessed for over 30 plus years doing something I love to do. Born and raised in the city of Detroit, teaching the game of golf, started at a private club, and branched out into metropolitan Detroit. And so my pricing structure, very fair, number one, because of my skill set. And so, but giving individuals the knowledge, the expertise, and breaking down a golf swing and getting you to make that golf ball do what you want to do, meaning keeping the golf ball in play and attempting to score. That's what I do.
And I'm gonna help this brother out a little bit too, because he also works in Florida, and these are Michigan only prices, because in Florida you got to pay 8 times that much. He'll give you half off though, still probably. I don't know. Just mention the name Curtis Johnson rolling out of bounds. Now, if you say Malik or Rashard, you only get a 10% discount.
Here he go.
Lindsey, they get so angry with me. They in that big metropolitan area with all them people, and he gets angry. Both of them, they team up on me. They both from Georgia State, and they younger than me.
Right.
They come talking about everything related to Detroit. Everything related to Detroit. He was like, we got to get us a golf professional. It's Masters Week. I said, that's no problem. I'll call my brother golf pro Lindsey Mason III. The real deal, not Holyfield.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mr. Lindsey, I wanted to ask you, what kind of got you in, what kind of inspired you to start golfing? Like what was it about the love of the game that kind of got you involved?
I'm gonna give you an honest answer. I was a former golf caddy at Country Club of Detroit and Grosse Pointe Farms, and found out at a very early age because the individuals that I was exposed to, meaning the Ford family, Peter Strohs, owner of Strohs Brewery Company, William Clay Ford, Henry Ford II, Ford Motor Company, and the Ford family were my personal clients. And so I recognized that in order to get to a certain level, not just carrying the bag, but I wanted to be the best that I could possibly be. And that was learning the game of golf, playing the game of golf, and teaching the game of golf. And mind you, I'm a music major. I went to Morris Brown on a music scholarship. I just chose golf as a career, but I actually sing. But golf was always there. And so I decided that I wanted to go in the golf industry.
Personal friends are
all right. Wait a minute.
From what family?
No. Slow down, because we gotta hit that a lot better. Okay. So listen, to the audience, and I'm talking about the kids. I'm talking about the mentors. I'm talking about the godparents, the uncles, the aunties. Listen to what this brother said. Because he was willing to get a job to carry the golf bags and interact with some of the highfalutin people in the world, he was able to increase his network, which would be enabled to increase his net worth. And by him just being associated, and here's the thing, y'all, you barbers, you beauticians, whatever kind of occupation you got. When you're around people, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. So I would suggest you do a lot of listening, and you may learn something. And when appropriate, ask pointed questions. Because see, here's the thing. Lindsey got an opportunity to be around these people that he's naming, and Stroh's beer ain't Coors, but it ain't like Old England. I mean, that's a regional name brand beer that's been in existence, I think, over 100 years or so. But
yes, sir.
Yeah, but by him being able to be around these people, he was able to glean a lot of knowledge. And I can tell you like this, Lindsey, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but it'd be real nice for you to be applying to law school or something and, get a letter of recommendation from somebody in the Ford family.
Wow. Never really thought about that. I have lawyers in my family, but that has never really wanted to be one of my callings, but you just never know. Just never know.
I'm just saying, just having the access. I mean, to be able to call somebody or suggest somebody. And then here's a better question. A lot of people be talking about, I know him, I know her, yada, yada, yada. But if you somebody's golf caddy,
right,
you know them, and they know you when they see you. And that's important in this world.
Very much so. Very much so.
One question I wanted to ask you, this is kind of like a little off base, a little more kind of current of what's going on. I wanted to ask you about Harold Varner III, who
Correct.
signed under Jordan Brand. When Tiger's out, he's kind of like the only black one, you know what I'm saying, on the tour. I just wanted to ask you about like kind of Harold, the impact he can have kind of on the community. You training a lot of younger black, I'd assume, up there in Detroit, golfers. Do any of them look up to Harold Varner III?
Well, let me say it like this. Harold Varner III actually had a good week this past week in the Masters. He played very well. And I want to say he was in the top 3 for the first couple of days. Then he dropped back a little bit. I don't know where he finished today, but good player. And one thing about the game of golf. Golf takes up it's not one of those games where you can just pick it up and it's instant. I mean, it takes a lot of time. When I was young, I practiced daily. I'm talking about 7 days a week, which is some of the things that happen with the touring pros that you see on the regular broadcast. At one time in my life, I used to hit 3,000 balls a day. Why? Because I wanted to be good. Not so much playing on the regular tour, because that's never really been one of my long range goals. It was always to be number one teaching professional in my market. And I believe that I've accomplished that.
Okay. Yeah.
100%. And Harold Varner, if you guys see it right here on the screen, he finished tied for 23rd. And round 4, he was shot 3 under, and he finished 3 over. So 3 plus 3. That's how he finished the tournament.
So how much money
25.
how much money he get? Because I know, like in stock car, I mean, Indy and stock car racing, all these professionals, number one get a lot, number 2 get paid, but then it drops off.
Everybody, everyone in that tournament that made the cut got a paycheck coming. I don't know what his number is. It could be a couple of 100,000. It could be more. If he finished, I don't know where he actually finished. Would you say plus 3? What did he finish for the tournament?
I think he said
plus 3,
brother.
Plus 3. So he got a nice payday coming.
Right.
Yeah.
And typically, if you're a professional, how many tournaments do you play a year?
Myself?
No, not you, brother. Just the professionals.
They probably
the touring pros. Is that the right
play
term?
probably anywhere between 20 to 25 a season. I mean, you got players playing all over the world now. And so at one time, Tiger never really played a lot of tournaments. He was probably playing no more than maybe 15 or 16 events during the course when he was at his peak.
All right. So let's talk about Tiger a little bit, if you don't mind.
Hey, wait, here it is, Kurt. 23rd finish is $119,600.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Aye. And
That's
then
for 23rd?
Tigers. That's for 23rd. And then Tiger finished 47th. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but let's break this down just a little bit, and I'm sure golf pro Lindsey Mason can III can throw a little illumination on this. Because this is Kurt talking in my thought, and I love to be corrected, especially by one of my brothers. But I thought the golf game was kind of like the fight game, and let's look at it real business, because the only way you can make more income is to increase your revenue or reduce expenses.
Correct.
That's why a lot of rappers are broke. Because of the entourage and the lawsuits. But anyway, we'll just stick to golf as it speaks. So, so they get the money, okay? Who pays for them to fly? Who pays for their caddy? Who pays for their agent? Who pays for their expenses?
All that's about sponsorship.
Okay. So if you ain't got no sponsors, then you pay, right?
That is correct.
That's what I thought. Okay. So, a joker, just like any other business, I'm talking about these golfers, when you first start out and you don't have no sponsorship, go to one of them dudes at the bottom. And the Masters is a poor example because is that invitation only tournament, sir? Or can you play into that?
No, that is an invitation.
Okay. So most of those people getting invited, or say the amateur that got invited, they could have played in that tournament, donated to the cause, and may have had to take out a loan to get there.
Correct.
Okay.
The only thing I was gonna say was Tiger.
Hey, you know what? We got to get some more people from places other than Detroit, because I think Malik and Rashard will start listening if somebody else that wasn't from Detroit was agreeing with me.
There you go. So
ain't nobody
47th place.
Ain't nobody hate.
Well,
33,000.
You're the producer. You can't hate.
$350 for Tiger Woods finishing 47th in the top.
How much?
$33,300. Where we at? $350.
And how much did the last person make?
Let's just scroll. 50th is the remainder of the players will receive anything ranging downward of $28,290 depending on scores. But so for salute to Golf Week, old family over there. Salute to Golf Week and those people over there for putting this together.
Lindsey, I can remember when you and I were kids, when they used to show we read the sports page and they used to show how much money the people made, and I used to see people made $850.
Correct.
Okay.
Golf has skyrocketed, and again, this week by Tiger playing and actually making the cut, the networks made money, the PGA Tour made money, Augusta National, meaning the club, definitely made a lot of money because of all the merchandise that they sold on the property and online. So everybody benefited.
Right. And you know, that's kind of okay. Particularly, you know, I know Augusta National has, you know, it's not so, I'm trying to think of a $15 word, but, you know, they just, how they treated Black folks, but still though, man, you know, I got a nice house, and I wish just one day, and all I would do was cut the check, just one day, that my grass on anywhere in my property can look something like those greens at them golf courses. That costs some money, man.
A lot of money.
You know, I don't know if you know or not, but it's a brother that was like the big dog, you know, making sure everything was straight there internally. You know, I mean, you know, it's like a state dinner how they handle things. When I mean state dinner, like, you know, when the head of the state come to Washington and they set it out, they set them dudes out, and you know, that takes money, and it's the granddaddy of all golf, or is it? It's still the granddaddy of all golf events, ain't it?
It is.
Okay.
It is. Yep.
Mr. Golfer, I got a question. Oh, go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, a little bit about Tiger Woods, though. So I think it can be said in football, Tom Brady's the GOAT. In basketball, you know, who wants to fight between Jordan and what's LeBron?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
LeBron, yeah, whoever. Okay, but in golf, you know, it's been some time that we consider, you know, Tiger Woods the best. You know, you may have some naysayers still want to bring up, you know, Jack Nicholson. I mean, you know, somebody out, you know, anyway. But most people, you know, when you look at the total package as it relates to golf, will say that, you know, Tiger Woods the GOAT. Sure. I don't think Tiger Woods is given enough credit, because Rashad always keeps talking about Kareem, and Kareem played for 150 years. LeBron is playing for 150 years, but I think Tiger Woods done played for like 30 years.
He's been playing a long time. I mean, he's been on the tour over 20 years. Yeah.
But he's been pretty mediocre the past.
Right.
How many years has he been mediocre? I mean, compared to Tiger's standards, I guess.
Mediocre?
No, he ain't never been. As far as Tiger?
Tiger, yeah.
He ain't never been mediocre.
How many majors has Tiger Woods won in the last 5 years?
Well, the last.
How many? Wait a minute. How many majors has your boy Bubba Wallace won?
Watson, Bubba Watson?
No, he's talking about in NASCAR. He's talking about NASCAR.
He won what?
I never called Bubba Wallace the GOAT. I said when Tiger had an injury. No. He had an injury a few years ago. I said, that's it. Serena Williams is the greatest athlete of her generation. Serena Williams is the greatest athlete of her generation. It's over with for Tiger Woods. It's now Serena Williams. It's set in stone.
Oh man, please.
But it is.
Man, Tiger Woods ain't never got beat by no teenager.
I'm looking it up right now, Kurt. Keep going.
There ain't no teenager beat Tiger Woods. That'd be like one of my
the kid who won today was pretty close. He was 25.
Well, he played some good golf. I mean,
he's 25. You could have fought in foreign wars for 7 years.
That was some good golfing.
Yeah, don't you be trying. Why they trying? If you want to talk about Tiger Woods, if you got something bad to say about him, you stick to him getting somebody going upside his head with that golf club. But you can't say
2008.
Nothing.
Since 2008, I'll give you guys the stats. Since 2008, Tiger Woods has won one major.
Malik, please.
Since 2008, Tiger Woods has won one major championship.
My co-host.
He just saying facts. I mean, I can't mute him, Kurt.
So it's like, what's the point of saying Tiger Woods has been on the tour for 30 years? He's the greatest ever, and Tiger Woods hasn't done anything since he crashed into the tree on Thanksgiving morning.
That was 24 years ago.
That was,
14 years ago.
That was 2022 to 2008, 14 years.
Wow.
Has it been that long?
Right. Well, Lindsey,
he has won one major since then.
Lindsey, I rest my case because you know what? I'm not even talking about Mork from Ork, Robin Williams, I ain't talking about nothing 14 years ago.
Wow.
For him to be that relevant.
Y'all had Rasheed Wallace. That was Rasheed Wallace, and I think Chris Webber was on the Pistons back then.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but see, that makes my case. For us to be still talking about this brother arguing, I got the producer saying, hey, man, why don't you mute Rashad? All this kind of stuff. There's almost a mutiny going on because of the love and affection for this brother. And y'all talking about he ain't relevant, talking about, oh, man, he must have done
I didn't say he wasn't relevant. I didn't say he wasn't relevant.
He ain't fooled me.
But do you guys think that's more
Lindsey,
of an
indictment? You about to show us how you can golf, man?
But do you guys think that's more of an indictment against the sport of golf? And how the audience cares versus how great Tiger is. Which one
Lindsey
do you
walking
think
to the 13th green right now. I'm ready for
it. This is I on my golf course as we're speaking, ready to lock this stuff up. Still there?
Yeah,
we're still here. We hear you.
Cutting in and out though. Hey, Lindsey, before you drop all the way out there, you better give the listening audience all your intel, brother.
Okay, I'm the teaching golf professional of Cherry Creek Golf Club, which is located in Shelby Township, and I'm the head golf professional of CJ Barrymore's Entertainment and Golf Dome Complex, which is located in Clinton Township. My telephone number, area code 313-633-5904. Company name is Mason Golf and Golf Clinics.
Okay. I think we lost our brother.
/ Mason Golf and Golf Clinics.com. In Macomb County, very tough. Love to play the game of.
Right. So Lindsey, we losing you, but as you can see, my brother is a wealth of knowledge, and obviously one of the hardest working men.
Did I lose you?
Yeah, just a little bit. I was just telling him that that you one of the hardest working men in golf. Obviously, he's at work right now, so we're gonna have him sign off officially if he can, and if not, I'll sign off for him. He gave y'all all the info, and peace and love. Lindsey,
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me, and it's been a great week. This is a game that you want to learn how to play, so get in the game. Definitely get in the game.
Get in the game, get off the sideline. Hey, Lindsey, give us a shot of that beautiful golf course, man. and it's about 50 degrees, 48 degrees out here, and you can see people are still getting it in.
I love it.
Yeah,
They still, I mean, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I mean, the greens. Take a look at these greens right here.
man, I had greens for dinner today.
I mean,
Collard, hey,
it's
remember?
beautiful.
Hey, listen, guys, remember what collard greens? The pot liquor is where all the vitamins is. Don't sleep on the pot liquor.
So it's all good, gentlemen. It's all good.
Much love, baby. Hey,
Thank you, Golf Pro. Thank you, Mr.
brother
Lindsey.
Lindsey. And
I,
when things come up, we'll be more than happy to have you back, man. Peace and love, and thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Okay, family.
Yeah.
Peace
Thank
out.
you.
Brother,
Take care.
salute. Okay, fam.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And once again, you guys can see all the contact information. Like Kurt was saying, it might have been a little spotty there for you, but here it is right here.
Spotty is good, man. We real, man. I mean,
Well, I mean, when you're on the golf course, it's like it's understandable. It's excused. Like he's on his golf course. That's a good reason why the connection might be skipping. Like but here it is. Mason Golf-golfclinics.com is his official website. You can book lessons right there. And the number is 313-633-5904. And so thank you so much, Mr. Mason, for coming on, Professional Mason. And I think I raised an important question there at the end. Is the intrigue with Tiger Woods, does that say more about Tiger Woods' greatness, or does it say more about, I guess, the game and the fact that people only have an interest in Tiger Woods? It's kind of like you can think of Christian rap, right? Where it's like Lecrae, it's everybody's name, and it's like, well, there are more Christian rappers than Lecrae, but everybody only just cares about Lecrae on a mainstream level. It's kind of like that thing. Everybody focuses on this thing.
I can agree with you somewhat with that, because let's face it, and hoop, going back to hoop again, there was really some other people to talk about. In golf, it wasn't, much to talk about. I mean, when we were talking about brothers in golf, we were trying to say, ain't VG Singh, he dark-skinned, ain't he a brother? No, he's not a brother. He's Indian. They identify with being Caucasian. No, don't try to make everybody black, even when, especially the ones who be talking about they ain't black, please don't
including
be
Tiger Woods.
Well,
we claim him anyway because he's so good.
Yeah, I think the world showed Tiger who he was associated with, including that golfer with his comments, that when he won his Masters, was it Fuzzy Zeller? Was that his name? Yeah. Talking about some.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah. So I mean, everything, God forgives me. I gotta forgive people, and that's okay. We move on. But no, I think that's part of it, because there hasn't been a brother to come up and challenge Tiger formally, and when Tiger was doing his thing, as a black man, there was no LeBron and Kobe, and no passing of the torch like Dr. Jordan, and no really real rivalries, and all of that. It was like, Tiger Woods came out of nowhere, started beating a bunch of old white men, and then some young white men came to challenge him, and till it was no avail, until till he, obviously, as you said, he was overtook finally. But what I don't like,
but he didn't even they didn't even he overtook himself. Like I said, he didn't even stop winning until he crashed into the tree on the morning of Thanksgiving in 2008.
All right.
He took himself out. So even they couldn't stop him. Go ahead, Kurt. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, not at all. Shark. And I just kind of want to add to that. What I didn't like in Golf Pro, Lindsey Mason III alluded to that. I mean, dude, that changing of the golf course, that was about almost as bad as when they used to say that Will Chamberlain couldn't dunk. You know, who does
So
that?
he had a tiger rule. That was a
Right.
tiger rule.
Well, I mean, you know, how do you just change the golf course to make it harder for somebody else? Because, and it was really directed at his skill set, because what they used to say is he couldn't putt. He didn't really have a short game, and he improved upon his short game. But
Yeah, no.
I'm
Prime
all,
Tiger
I'm
is those first 14 majors. It'll never be matched again in the history of golf, or it's going to be a very long time until someone can do it that quickly, as quick as he did it,
right.
and be
Well,
the
Sean,
type of
that answer,
prodigy he was. Prodigy he
right.
was.
That answers your question, because the reason why, you know, you fixed your mouth to talk about Serena in that same breath as Tiger Woods, because they had a similar type of dominance at one time for a prolonged stretch. So,
The thing is, Serena's still good.
man,
You don't
okay,
think so, Kurt? You don't think so?
man. Anyway, I mean, all I got to
Man,
say is
okay.
this, man. You know, y'all real slick with it. You know, we only got about 15 minutes. And I cannot believe, and listen, audience, that's my grandbaby exercising, who turned 1, exercising his lungs, if y'all can hear that.
All
And
right,
I'm
see if you can
okay
get
with
you
that.
some light in the back. You getting dark now.
Well, you know, nah.
My God.
Serena Williams since 2008, she has won the Australian Open in 2009, 2010, French Open in 2010. She's won Wimbledon in 2008, 2009, 2012, 2016, and she also won the US Open in 2009.
Okay.
And
So
she
for
also
about
won
6,
an Olympic gold in doubles and
right.
singles in 2012. Go ahead.
So about 6 years, for about 6 years, she ain't been hitting on nothing either, right?
This is better than 14.
Yeah. And she had a baby in interim. Tiger Woods hadn't had a baby.
He just cheated. That's literally all that
He
happened.
just cheated.
Oh no, he got injured. He got injured, so.
All right. So this is what I want to segue to, because, and I was going about how y'all be hating on me. Y'all try to act like Curtis Johnson didn't say on this show who was going to win the national championship. Y'all
Wait,
tried to
salute to Curry. Wait,
right
hold
over
on.
there.
Stop it. Come on, Malik.
And
Unmute.
as a
Unmute.
result of that, I'll cut
Unmute,
the light
Malik.
on so the listening audience can see
Yeah.
who they talking to.
Yeah, let him see the smile, Kurt. Let him see the smile, Kurt.
And for that person who made that comment talking about he must be bald headed, that's why he always got that hat on, and hairline must be receding.
Who
I
said
ain't
that,
bald
Kurt?
headed.
Who said that, Kurt?
Man,
Who said that? Who said that, Kurt? You got a head full of hair.
you know how they wanna hate on the kid. Yeah. So yeah, Kansas. I picked Kansas weeks ago. Told you they couldn't be stopped.
Oh, well, I don't got no prize for you, Kurt. I don't got no prize for you. All you can do is just give your speech. Give your speech. Let them know why you had Kansas from the beginning.
Well, they had the best talent, man. I mean, they played in one of the best conferences. I believe they were conference ready. They had the player of the year, but they played, they loved each other out there. You could tell. Now it was teams that showed more love. I think Villanova, from a team loving each other, but when I saw that Villanova couldn't out-bully them, I was surprised how much North Carolina stayed with them. I was literally surprised. I thought they were going to win by 8 or 9. I was surprised how good North Carolina played. And Heck, I was surprised they were there. I think I had UCLA knocking out North Carolina. You know, I mean, the only thing that could be finer than being North Carolina is if Hubert Davis would have grew a mustache.
Oh my God.
Blew the
And it's
biggest
crazy.
lead in national championship history. Go ahead, Malik.
That's no, that's what I was gonna talk about. I was gonna like everybody kind of counted out Kansas after UNC had went up by so much, and we hadn't even got to the second half yet. So I mean, just the way they reel back, you know, it looked effortless. Honestly, like they kind of just. I think one of the players, you know, he said we went in the locker room and he said he started like he was smiling. He was like, man, you know, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, and hey, look what they did. So they was bound for this moment, man. That's big. Shout out to Kansas for real.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to have the conversation like Kurt said, we only have 13 minutes left. First things first, salute to Kurt, like he said. Salute to us as a cast. You know, we picked the women's and the men's tournament, right? As Kurt alluded to on Monday.
Richard, brother, salute to you. Here.
Salute to you. Same right back to you.
Because the bottom line, man, the listening audience needs to pick up, man. I mean, I don't know where you guys getting y'all sports from. I don't know what y'all be listening to, but rolling out out of bounds is where it's at, man. If you want to know what's really going on, if you want some real information, kick the real to them, Rashard, about those women hoops and Don Stately and them gals.
And who else is asking questions about why we're talking about Tiger Woods so much? Okay, we're talking about Tiger Woods, but why are we talking? Who's breaking it down like that? Anyways, like I said, we only got 12 minutes left.
Ain't nobody writing like this.
Everybody has kind of gone on this rampage. Everybody's already given the speech. Let's just be the next in line. Dwayne Haskins, 24 years old, weeks away from 25. He dies. That's not even the worst part of this. The worst part is how the white reporters reacted and brought up the fact that he struggled to stay on teams. Adam Schefter, in the very first initial tweet before he even had a follow-up column or anything, and the first tweet that anybody tweeted about Dwayne Haskins was dead to the public was mentioned the fact that he struggled to stay on the Washington Commanders, formerly known as the Washington Football Team, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then you had Gil Brandit go on radio a few minutes later and talk about how troubled of a young athlete he was at the age of 24. He was 24. He wasn't even 25. How much dumb things did you do when you weren't even 25? How many things did you do that you wish you could take back before you were 25? Anyways, those were his first words when he was brought on the radio show minutes after it was announced that this 24-year-old passed away weeks before his 25th birthday. I think is just a harsh reminder to all Black men, and especially those in the entertainment industry, of what the people who are covering you, the people who are around you, what they truly view you as and where they see your value. And that is, I'll just leave it at that. Fellas, I'll leave the floor to you.
No, Rashard, I wish you could pick something up that symbolizes a microphone and just drop it. Because what you said was real on point. And they wonder why Marshawn Lynch acts the way he does. They wonder why Robert Parrish would act the way he did. And the reason is the media, and I'm not trying to be puffed up or puff our show up and say we the best thing out since sliced bread and iced tea and all of that. But one of the things that you will get is a general love and affection for God's children on this show. And that's so much needed and necessary in the world of sports and in this thing we call life right now. For the simple fact that these athletes aren't test tube babies. They're not cartoons. They're not like this show I'm watching on Netflix now, Altered Carbon, where their sleeves and all. These are real people. So what I'm saying is, y'all have some compassion, have some reverence, have some candor, have some decor, have some human decency. You know, this thing isn't all about, this brother got a family, this brother had a wife, this brother got a mama, a daddy, a auntie, a uncle. This person has people that if you looked on his Facebook, his Instagram, that loved him because who he is and not what he did or what he's about to do or what he associated himself with. They did it with Kobe.
And that was one of our own, Gail
What's
King.
what. They did it with everybody, man. I mean, what could we see some evidence in their life that they were Christian? You know, all this maddening things that just doesn't help, man. I mean, Rashard, those comments that you made about those individuals, and so we got, you know, the individuals that you just mentioned doing those type things, and then we got Mutt and Jeff Step It and Fetch It and um black sports writer trying to show off for, like they sing the Ice Cube song, trying to show off for the white, you know, it's crazy, man. And I'm glad you said we only got at that time 12 minutes, because I could go on this on and on and on and on. How they talk about our people in a terrible way. How they talk about my people till my hair turned gray.
Yeah, and I kind of learned this when the whole Kobe thing happened. Like, it seems like reporters and everything, they always, their focus is always just, they want to be the first to get the news out. Like, it don't matter if it's false, if it's true, if it's half true. We always rushing to get the news, be the first one to put the news out. Like, I remember when Kobe passed, like, they had written off so many. They said, "Oh, Paul Gasol was in there. Oh, Lamar Odom." Like, oh, like Kobe's whole family. Like, and everybody was wrong.
Rick
So
Fox.
it's like Rick Fox. I forgot that's who it was. Rick Fox. So now it's like, now Adam Schefter, he wanted to be first, and okay, he was first, but you didn't have any human decency to understand that this was a human being that you're talking about. Like, no, at this point, nobody cares if he struggles or whatnot. Like, the man died. The man died. So, I mean, media, sports media in general is very bad and toxic, honestly, in my opinion. And then what the other guy said, talking about he was living to die, like, that was stupid. I don't understand why you would say something like that. Like, the man has a family.
Not even in the ground. He's not
Exactly. He's not
even
even
in the
in the ground.
ground.
Right. We don't even have, like, so I don't understand why people do that. Like, just, say what you got to say, but be mindful of people's emotions and feelings. Like, have some decency.
Here's the thing, man. And when we air this, feel free to comment, correct me if I'm wrong. Because I'm kind of caught up in the moment myself. But it used to be, I believe, when all these horrific things happen, it used to be a statement by the organization at a time that the organization deemed appropriate. And that was that. That was that. You guys are probably a little bit too young to remember this. But what I love about my team here is that they're quick studies, they're historians, and they appreciate the sport and the craft that we're in. So if they don't know this gentleman's name, they will know, and they'll be experts sooner than later. But years ago, there was a catcher named Thurman Munson. Okay. And he was the catcher for the New York Yankees. And he died in something to do, I think, with a plane. And that's all we knew. There was also Yankee Picture, and I think it was some kind of correlation between the death of Monk. Anyway, he ended up flying his airplane into a building, and that's what you heard. The thing was, the thing was handled, decently. I mean, we've had horrific. I mean, this isn't first. We've had horrific accidents happen with sports athletes. I mean, Roberto Clemente, one of my favorites, Sarunas Marciulionis, during the great earthquake, the Oakland Great Earthquake. But these recent activities with our sports people dying is when this toxic stuff and mishandling and these one-offs and people trying to make a name for themselves. I mean, dude, some of the people that are talking about the lives of Dwayne Haskins right now, they ain't relevant. Who put a mic in their face?
I mean, you said that. You said it. I mean, it's not much else to say. And we have 2 minutes left. I guess just I want to look at this real quick, and then we can get on out of here with King and Queens of the Week. But here we go. Playoffs have been set in the NBA. Tough thing to transition from live back to sports. But yeah, the play-in is set. The Nets versus the Cavs, the Hawks versus the Hornets.
Malik, make that a little bit bigger so the listening audience can see it too, please.
Hawks and Hornets. Winner of Hawks and Hornets will face the loser of Nets Cavs, and that will be the Eastern Conference playing. And then on the Western Conference, you have Minnesota hosting the Clippers, and PG is back. Paul George is back for the Clippers. And then you have the Pelicans hosting the San Antonio Spurs. The winner of the Pelicans and Spurs will face the loser of Clippers Timberwolves, and that is the Western Conference. So, fellas, any play-in predictions from y'all?
I'm interested in seeing what the Timberwolves gonna do. I like what they got over there. I really hope they get the 7th spot, because the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves apparently have been going back and forth all year this season. Two young teams, two hungry teams. Of course, the Grizzlies were in the play-in last year. You see now they're at the top of the West. So I think that'll be a good matchup, definitely. But yeah, I think that's really the only one I'm really kind of interested in as far as the play-in. Of course, I mean the Hawks, since we cover them for the most part. But I think Timberwolves. I think seeing what the Timberwolves are going to do, I think that's going to be exciting.
Well, over there in the West, my heart is still telling me the Warriors. For whatever reason, though, the Nuggets keep popping in my mind. I think
they got to get healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm not gonna make a prediction till it opens up. It's gonna be exciting and it's gonna be surprising. That's all I can say about the West right now. The East, mad props to Philadelphia and Joel Embiid, scoring champ. First times that happened, that big man did it than Shaq. But I just don't see nobody beating the Bucks in the East.
All right,
repeat, Kurt, back to back.
Hey man, if you putting the proverbial gun to my head, I'd have to say that, man, because Giannis hasn't tailed off a little at all. He's getting better. That's a team that they love each other over there. To me, that Bobby, what's his name? The one be wearing that sweatband.
Bobby Portis.
Yeah, Bobby Portis. He is an X factor, man, personified. And Chris Middleton is silky smooth. I just wish it was some way they could rankle Patrick Beverly from the Clippers and they'd never lose a game.
I don't know who's going to win it all just yet. I think the most interesting thing for sure to watch in this playing though is the Brooklyn Nets, because if they lose twice, miss the playoffs.
They got to blow that up.
If they lose twice,
ain't nothing to blow up. Ain't nothing to blow up.
Still got Kyrie.
Hey,
send Kyrie up to Toronto and he'll never play.
I think that's the most interesting thing I'm looking at. It's the Nets, because
Ben Simmons might come back there in the playoffs as well. If
they lose twice in the play-in and don't make the playoffs, which is highly unlikely, I feel like, with Kevin Durant.
That ain't happening.
But if they do, I think that's interesting. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, and you know what I don't want to see, because we're running a little over. I'll tell you what I don't want to see. The only place I want to see LeBron James, if I happen to go to one of my favorite fishing holes and see him sitting on the dock with a pole in his hand. I do not want to see him on TNT. I don't want to see him yucking it up with Barkley and Shaq.
You don't want to see him on set at the table?
I don't want to see him rapping. I do not want to see him on Power.
Kurt said, I don't want to see him on Power.
Yeah, one of them shows. I don't want him and Jesse Smollett to cut a video or singing video.
Oh my God.
So I guess that's pretty much it. I think Brian is a AAU dad for the rest of the summer. So I think that's what he'll be doing. So that's that. And King of the Week and Queens of the Week. I guess I'll go, of course. You have to go Dwayne Haskins, right, for King of the Week.
Definitely.
From a diehard Michigan lover, and I'm talking about the state, and I do love U of M and MSU, but by far our King of the Week, because I'm doing a senior vote here. Malik is Dwayne Haskins.
I respect it.
And then Queen of the Week, do we have any nominations and any names up there?
Come on, man. It's
Staley.
Dawn Staley again?
Yes.
Okay.
That was her last week?
Yeah, we picked her on Monday. We picked her on Monday. I'm going Ryan Howard.
I'll go. I know mine has been Brittany Griner for about like the past 3 weeks, so I'll keep that train going. Go ahead, Kurt. What you got?
Well, you know why I'm smiling.
Was somebody from Detroit?
No. Mine's is Serena Williams. Just because.
This man, Kurt. All right, y'all.
All that you were saying earlier, you don't fall back, huh? You don't backtrack now, huh, Kurt?
Hey, y'all, I love Serena Williams.
Another episode in the Bookshop Out of Bounds with Shad Milligan, Curtis, Johnson, and Mr. Malik Brown, the producer. Fellas.
Thanks, Golf Pro Lindsey Mason III.
Thank you, Lindsey Mason III, Golf Pro, all the way from the 313. What up, though, in Detroit? Appreciate you guys so much. See you all next week. Please be safe.
Peace and love.